Okay, guys. So let's go over one more time our writing tips. First thing is you must have a catchy what?
Intro.
Okay, how can you get a catchy intro? How can you start your essay out? 4 ways I told you. First,
Quote.
very good. You can start out with a quote, Quote. What's another way? A question, quote, a question. What else you can start off your essay with?
Things like wow and.
Okay. Oh, I forgot about those. Onomatopoeia, and I don't know how to spell it. Onomatopoeia. I forgot how to spell it. Anyways, onomatopoeia. Okay. Like bing, bam, wow, like that. Okay. I cannot remember how to spell onomatopoeia. What's another one?
A short story.
Very good. A short story. Short story. We're gonna the short story has to be like 2 sentences, right?
Yes.
And one more. Good job. A fact. Yes, I'm so happy. Yes. Okay, things not to say on an essay. First one is what?
Space after.
Okay, no. That's number 3. I want you to tell me things not to say on an essay. What?
Do not say, let me tell you why.
Yeah, let me tell you. Don't say let me tell you.
Or don't say, today I'm going to tell you.
Today, I'm telling you. What else? What else don't say?
Tell you today I'm
Don't say the end.
Oh, yes.
And what else? Don't say as you can see.
As you can see.
Because I can see. As you can see. And say, as I was telling you. Don't say that. As I was telling you, okay? As I was telling you.
But can you say as I was saying?
Nope.
Can you say as I was... Wait,
Nope. Don't say as I was telling you. Don't say as I was saying. Because it's your essay. We know you were telling it. No one else. Mickey Mouse didn't come over and start writing in the essay. So it's your essay. Don't say as I was telling you. It's your essay. We figured it out. If somebody else is involved in your essay, it's not your essay, okay?
Right.
Okay. Number 3. Make sure that you have a what?
Space after your period.
So many people said they didn't know, like, period, space, right? Do you put a space after a comma?
No.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Do you put a space before a comma? No. Good job. Check for your comma uses. Make sure if you have and, it's comma, and then space, and then and. But on both sides of and, you have to have a what?
Wait, no, space.
On both sides of and, you have to have a complete sentence.
Oh, yes.
I was talking to you, comma, space, and you saw me looking the other way.
I thought one of them had to be complete and the other one can be,
No, both of them complete. And we'll do a separate lesson on that, okay? Okay. Another one is check for comma use. Remember, if it's a book title, if you're writing, you underline it. If you're typing, you italicize. If you start a sentence with because, you can start a sentence because it's because I'm telling you this, comma, you need to listen to me. Period. Okay? Number 5, however what? Comma. Number 6, a lot is what?
2 words.
2 words. Number 7, there, and what? There. Use the right one. And please. Exactly. And your what? Make sure you use the right one. Why? And here's how I would do it. If I had to spell out there, like they are, I would just spell it out. Then you're going to get it right? And your means you are, I would just spell it out. Okay? Does that make sense? I have 3 people, have their head down. We're about to take the test tomorrow. Heads up. Pay attention. If I thought that you knew all of this, I wouldn't be going over it. Okay. Next one. I told you transition words. If you cannot remember, some people have transition words. Some of you are good. I'm giving you some quick remembrances, things to remember. If you can't think of transition words, you can think of the word wash. What's the first transition word that you can use? While. And then what's A? Although.
Since.
And what?
And however.
And even though.
Okay. If we wanted to, however, and we wanted what? Washed, we could write E for even, though, and
then despite. Yeah, and despite. D for despite.
D. Despite.
Did I say? Yeah, I did. Say, oh, y'all remember more than I did. Okay. While I'm talking to you, comma, please listen. Although this is very important, comma, some of you aren't listening. Since I've been teaching, comma, I've had a lot of experiences, period. However, comma, you are only 13 years old. Even though it's a Wednesday, even, huh?
14.
Girl.
Okay, you're 14. Okay. Even though you said you're 14, comma, some of you act like you're 13. Huh? Despite being 13, comma, you cannot drive. No, we're not going to say that. Okay, conclusion. And I say pull on your heartstrings. What does that mean? Pull on the heartstrings. That means you got little strings attached to your heart, you go pull on them? No, that means make somebody feel kind of, you know how I say, make them feel a certain kind of way. You said, I feel a certain kind of way about that. Try to make someone feel that way in your essay. You could even say something so, like, they almost want to cry. Don't say, as I was telling you, but at the end of the essay, you could say I was writing about my favorite book. And at the end of the essay, I could say, one of the things I always enjoyed my whole entire life is reading. At the age of 8, I realized that reading can take me to faraway places that I'll never be able to go. After reading Warriors Don't Cry by Melba Attila Bells, comma, my favorite book, I realized that sometimes I don't need to go far away to learn a lesson. I could simply be in a different state of mind. And that's her next book called White as a State of Mind. I love Melba Attila Bells. And if you read her book, you will find out why she's my favorite author. Yeah, don't you want to didn't that kind of excite you, son? So,
You just whispered,
I was whispering because it wasn't anything I wanted to say loud. I was setting the mood, okay?
Right.
Okay, I was setting the mood. Okay, and some of y'all told me you do not reread your essays before you submit them. Some of you said you do not read. So my question to you is, why do you want someone else to read something that you don't want to read? Remember I told you after I read my essay, I'm calling everybody. If I write an essay for something, I'm like, hey, Dad. I'm telling my sons, hey, somebody listen. My daughter-in-law, she listens all the time to all of my essays. If I have an essay I write and I'll send it to her, she's always gonna pump her bestie up all the time.
Your favorite daughter?
I only have one. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So, but when you're writing an essay for the turn in, you should reread it. I'm not saying email it because you don't have time. We're on a test. You don't have time. You should reread your stuff. If you don't want to read your essay, then why do you think the people who are going to grade it want to read it? It should sound so good to you that you just want to read it till it's time to turn it in. And finally, remember, it is not an essay unless it is what? Multiple paragraphs.
Yes.
If you have one big juicy paragraph,
right.
you just have one big what? Juicy paragraph. It's not a what?
Essay.
It's not an essay. It's not an essay. It's not an essay. Please remember multiple paragraphs, okay?
It's like staircases.
Yes.
On the things not to say, can you say so you see or no?
No. See, keep insulting my eyes. Don't say as you can see, you see. You can remember a point. Instead of saying as you can see, here's what you can say: a point to remember. A point to remember. Don't say as you can see. You can say as you can see. This is so. As you can see, this is a great book to read, right? Right. But you could say this: a point to remember.
Mm-hmm.
This book has not only won multiple awards, but it's also won my admiration. So a point to remember instead of saying as you can see, a point to remember. It sounds so educational, right? Right. As you can see sounds like you texting someone, right?
Right.
And we're not texting. We're writing a informed educational essay. Any questions? None whatsoever? You good? Oh, I know I forgot to tell you on the test. When we're taking a test and it's a time writing, which our essay actually this year won't be timed.
Thank the Lord.
Okay, but you're not gonna go into tomorrow. Well, actually, it's not timed. Okay, but when it's near time for you to kind of start winding it up, reread it, and then make sure that your conclusion is a conclusion, because that's what most of you do. You'll write a really good essay, and then you'll get to the point to where you don't finish up your conclusion. So make sure it's not a time writing, so you have all the time that you need to wind that conclusion up and go back and reread your essay. but do not push submit until you reread it.
It's gonna tell us what we're gonna write about, right?
Yes, I have no idea. So, you're
Or
good?
it would tell us already.
Well, that would be cheating. We would have time. Any other questions? We're good? I hope I pushed record. I'm not sure if I did.
No, you didn't.
Oh, I did.